This is a movie of encounters. Of course, it's very important for you encounter with Pedro Almodovar. So how did it happen the first time, and what represented for you all these movies together on this trip together in the cinema world?
It's very emotional. It really is. To just every time that I re-encounter with him, but this particular one, not only just because I am playing who I am playing, and because of the story, got very strong doses of, emotion and stuff, but because how things have happened for both of us in the shooting of this movie. It was a re-encounter for real this time, without intoxication, without poison in the middle. He's been wonderful. But I think all of this started 9 years ago. And why 9? Because that's the time that we did The Skin I Live In. And I arrived there to the set of The Skin I Live In after 22 years without working with him, with my suitcase full of, this is what I am now. I change, I am more secure in front of the camera, I do this, I do that. And he says, no, I'm not interested in any of those things that you're doing now. I want to just dig a little bit and find you. Where are you? And I couldn't understand that. So we fought the whole entire movie. We were fighting. But then I saw the movie, and the result was excellent. And I thought, I am doing something wrong here. So I did an exercise of humbleness and humility. So when I had this opportunity again to work with Pedro, I came in a different way. I came open ears, open mind, open eyes to listen, to understand exactly what he wanted to do and why he called me. And start from zero, not using things that actually were useful for me, with other directors, with other movies. Trying to kill Banderas, to kill him, and to start doing something completely different. And I think that opened for us an opportunity to work in a way that we never did before, not even in the 80s. And to actually, as you said, re-encounter the real us, not what our lives created around us.
And maybe it was the right time, because many times movies are about a story, about a couple of characters. This movie is about life. It's about first love. It's about guilty. It's about becoming, old in a way, or a little bit older. So it was the right time, I think, for you and Pedro to talk about all these, life itself in a way.
It was. It was. Sometimes things happen for reasons that you cannot control. And probably this is one of those movies. Sometimes it goes in the opposite direction. You have the perfect intentions, you have the perfect story, you have the perfect narrative, the perfect actor, but it doesn't work. And you don't know why. But what you said, sometimes movies are subject to elements that you cannot control. If you could control those, everybody could do great movies. But it's difficult. It's difficult to hit the note, And it seems that the planets align somehow this time, and at least it felt beautiful during the time that we were shooting. Now, the results of that, in Spain, they have been very good for what we see, for what we read, for the reaction of the audiences. And for us, for me specifically, I just want to see tomorrow what is going to happen in the Palais when we open this movie, because it's not only about Pedro Almodovar, it's about all of us. That's what made this movie big, that can touch the emotional universe of many people all around the planet.
Is it this kind of miracle that allows you, gives you the passion to be an actor after so many years? Maybe not using just the skills, but using the frailty and yourself and being able to be naked in a way. Absolutely. In front of a camera.
Absolutely, yes. And when it happened with somebody that is so important in your life, because I am not playing only Pedro Almodovar, the director. I'm playing my friend. I grew up with him. I was 19 years old when I met Pedro, and he was very young too, and we started together practically. I did his second movie, and then in the 80s we did 5 movies together. So there are so many stories in the middle that it's almost impossible to put all of them together. But he managed.
Are you aware of this? Were you aware during the shoot and even nowadays that this movie is a special movie for you in a way?
We were aware during the shooting that we were actually in some kind of magical space on the set. But you never know if you're going to be able to transport that to finally the screen and connect. You never know. But yes, during the time of the work, there was something very magic and at the same time very relieving, especially for Pedro. I remember that I was watching him every day, lighter and lighter, happier and happier. It's almost like he was taking weight off of his shoulder. He needed to tell this story. It was not about wanting. It was about a need, something. He need to close those circles somehow. It's about reconciliation. It's going back in time and saying, I'm sorry. It's so difficult to say that. And he doesn't say it, but instead he gave the actor, Alberto, his soul. He gave this monologue to him where everything that he is. So that's his way to say, forgive me. Forgive me. So at some point, we couldn't understand each other. Here goes. With the mother, I'm sorry, mother, for being different. To close all of those things, the things that he always probably wanted to say, but he never said. The things that he wanted to do and he never did. That is what this movie is about. And we all have so many of those circles to close in our lives. So many. With family members, with our loved ones, with your professional life, with everything. That everybody understands what's going on the screen, definitely.